Hi, it's Lori from Coast to Coast Craft Girls coming to you from the West Coast. To go along with my bundle of joy hot air balloon themed things that I've been making, so I made the card and I made the little box with the trifold memory album. I wanted to share with you some decorations, some sort of somewhat related decorations or gifts that I made. And the first one is going to be essentially a hot air balloon. And let me show you how I made it. So I started just by making a little box. This is 3 by 3 by 3, or no, actually it's, yeah, 1, 2, yeah, 3. And I'm just going to put the box together just like you would a normal box. And this is going to be the basket of the hot air balloon. So the basket at the bottom. So I'm just going to do that. Let's use my tacky glue and build my box. Actually, before I put my box together, I'm going to decorate the sides. So to decorate the sides, I made these little panels that are going to go on. And I used just like that to kind of give it a look. I actually was looking for a basket weave embossing folder, and shockingly, in all of my stash, I could not find a basket weave embossing folder. But what I did find is ribbon threading dies. And I found this is from the sub box on ribbon threading, and it's a strip. And so these, I kind of lined it up just like that, and then cut it once. Actually, I did it this way, and I just lined that edge up with just inside the cut line of that one. So I did, because I didn't want it to cut on the edge. And then I did one, and then I ran the same thing again twice, and I ran it through twice. Then I just threaded my ribbon through, just up and down across, oops, all the way across on both of them. So let me do this one. I already did the other 3, so you don't have to watch me ribbon thread for 30 minutes. And you just go up and down, and you can go start the other way so that the white X's are on top of the ribbon or underneath. I kind of liked this look, so that's why I did it that way. And just cut your strip of ribbon long, and then you can trim it after you got it done. So once you get them all threaded, what I did is I just took a little touch of tacky glue right on the white edge, just a tiny bit, and just push that down into the tacky glue, because you just want to hold that ribbon long enough that you can get it trimmed, and then you're going to glue it onto the sides, but you want it to hold. And then just take your little snips and snip the edges off. Just kind of even with that white edge. So like that. And there's your side panels. So we're going to go ahead and glue those on. Now this would just be a pretty decoration for a gift box as well, that I kind of liked the ribbon threading to give you the look of a wicker or a basket, to make our hot air balloon basket. But it's just a pretty decoration as well. Okay. Let's go ahead and build our box. I'm just going to use some little quilting clips to hold it together. All that glue grabs. Okay, so there's our basket for the bottom of our hot air balloon. Now we need to make a balloon. So what I did is I did the same thing that I did to make the little three-dimensional balloon on the card or on the box lid. And I just took, these are 8-inch circles, and there's 12 of them. So there's 6 yellow and 6 green, scored down the middle. And then I just glued them back to back to make a circle. Okay. And then I punched holes every third one. So you can see, because I'm going to tie ribbon on there to attach the basket. So there's 4 holes. And I just used a little hole punch right in the middle to punch so it's split in quarters. So they're evenly around, just like that. And then it's going to hang. So I need to attach a ribbon hanger at the top. But I'm going to put ribbon tied onto here and then hanging down and attach that to the basket. Okay. But I got to have a way to attach it to the basket. And my original thought was I would just poke holes in the basket. And now I'm debating that. Yeah, I think is what I will do. So let me find my hole punch. Okay. So here's my hole punch. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put a hole. I'm going to pick 2 sides because I'm going to put the hole like one here, as opposed to one on each side. I think it'll look better if I put it just on the 2 sides. So let me get my little hole punch in there. So there's one. And I'm going to put one on this side. There. I can use my pokey tool to poke through. I'll cover that up. And then I'm going to do them on the opposite sides. So we'll poke holes on opposite sides. Okay, there we go. Now for this part, you could use ribbon, you could use twine. I'm going to use ribbon. And I'm just going to use little thin ribbon, tie it on there. I'm going to cut off lengths that are, I'm going to cut them a little bit long. I'm going to cut 18-inch lengths. And I need 4 of them. So we're going to start by tying them onto here. Now the other option is you could do the ribbon onto, like glue it onto a piece of card that you glued to the inside of the box. That was the other option that I was considering, but I thought this would be easiest. So So we're just going to glue that, or do that. And I'm going to cut that extra off. Then you do the same thing on the other 3 sides. Tie the length of ribbon onto your basket. Trim off the extras after you get it tied. Once you have all of the ribbon tied onto the 4 corners of the basket, you're going to attach your circle balloon and basically attach one side of it first. So just tie one corner to one of the sides of the balloon by holding it up and deciding about how much ribbon you want out. Once you get one tied, then you're going to try and make the other lengths of ribbon about the same. And the easiest way to do that is kind of lay it down flat on your work surface, kind of hold up the ribbon so that it's approximately the right length. And then when you tie it through the hole, just don't tie it really tight. Tie it somewhat tight, but not, tight enough that it'll hold without slipping, but not so tight that you can't undo it and adjust it, because you will have to adjust it, trust me. No matter how much you think you got it right, you will have to adjust it. And you're going to just kind of continue to work your way around each of the holes one at a time by kind of estimating those lengths and tying them loosely. And don't trim off the extra or anything, so because you're not exactly sure how much ribbon you're going to need. Once you have the ribbon tied at what you think is about the approximate lengths, then hold it up in the air as if it was hanging, and then you'll have to adjust, because you'll see that from laying flat to hanging, it will be off a little bit. And so you just keep kind of going back and forth, kind of pulling it up, holding it, and seeing, which corner of the basket needs to come up or down or whatever. And then just keep adjusting the ribbons till you're happy and that the basket is fairly level and straight when it's hanging. It's just a trial and error process. You just keep going. There's no magic. I tried measuring it and it just doesn't seem to matter. The easiest way I found was just to continue to pick it up and hang it and look at it and adjust one at a time. Once you're happy and your basket is nice and level, then go ahead and tighten up each of the knots and trim the extra ribbon off of the knots at the top of the balloon. And then I've got little bows that I just added to cover up the hole where I punched the holes on the basket, and that'll cover up my little boo-boo where I punched the hole in the wrong place. Now I use the quilting clips again to kind of hold the ribbons in place while that tacky glue dries. You don't have to do this. You could use 3D collal glue as well, but the tacky glue works as long as you hold it in place until it grabs. And I'm going to put the ribbons not only on the basket to cover up the holes and the knots in the ribbon, but I'm also going to put the ribbon on the little bows on the balloon, covering up the where the knots are. Same thing, little dab of tacky glue, put the ribbon on, throw a quilting clip on there to hold it until the glue dries, and then we'll get to the next step. Once all of your little ribbon bows are on there, we're going to need a little hook at the top or a ribbon hanging at the top. So we're going to punch a couple of holes, one on each side, and I started to use my hole punch, and then I decided that actually the pokey tool was working better. So, and you just pick a spot right up near the top on opposite sides. So make sure you're on, you have exactly even number of circles between each side, so you're even. And you're just going to thread a piece of ribbon through those holes to create a loop at the top that you can hang your balloon from. And that's all there is to it. Now you have a hanging balloon that you can put flowers or a little stuffed animal in the bottom of. Super cute decoration. Hope you enjoyed that.